HTS codes, 5 things you must know. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide of everything you need to know and everything you need to do in order to import your goods at the correct HTS codes and avoid mistakes. And I guarantee if you watch this video to the end, you will absolutely save money on the imports you're currently doing from China using your HTS codes. And if you watch all the way to the end, I've got a special bonus for you guys where I'm going to show you how you can hide your factory information from any competitor ever finding it. Let's go. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kian Golzari and I've been living and working in China for the last 11 years. In that time I've manufactured and designed, developed over 2,500 products, visited more than 500 factories and attended more than 20 Canton fairs. That's led me to work with brands such as the NBA, Olympics, United Nations, Ministry of Defense, as well as helping Amazon private label sellers as well. Now this channel is here to teach you all about how to master the art of sourcing products from China. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date of what is the latest happening in China. Thank you. Firstly, before we get started, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys, the people who have subscribed to the Sourcing with Kian YouTube channel. When I uploaded the last video on product development, that video took us over 10,000 subscribers. That was a big goal of mine when I started the channel about a year ago. I gave myself a year to hit 10K. I did it in 13 months. Hey, but who's counting? But I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. This wouldn't be possible without you, so thank you very much for showing support to the channel. I do read all the comments. I do get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of messages. People hit me up on Instagram. I read them all and I try to connect with all of you as well. So thank you very much for the love and support. I greatly appreciate it. And to show my appreciation, what I'm going to do is give away 3 free coaching calls to anyone watching this video. All you have to do to enter is just write a comment down below in this video of where you're watching from. It could be the city, it could be the country, it could be the emoji flag of the country. I'm just so curious to know where you guys are watching from. I've been able to connect with a lot of you guys. I try to reply to every single comment and I would just love to know where you guys are tuning in from. So if you leave a comment with where you're from after, let's say give it 2 weeks after this video goes out, I'm gonna go and select 3 at random and you guys, I'll get in touch with you to give you a free coaching call on your sourcing practices. So HTS codes, let's get into it. HTS codes can be a very long and complicated process, or it can also just be a very simple process. So in this video, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, but show you everything you need to do in order to succeed. Now, as we know, HTS codes is not the most exciting subject, but it is very important for you to save money on your imports and also avoid any mistakes like getting your goods stuck at customs. Now, I know it is a bit of a dry subject, so to spice it up a little bit, I normally say, hey, grab your laptop, grab a coffee, and let's go. This time, I would say let's try some tequila. So, I brought some with me, and we can have a drink together. So if you are by your laptop, if you are watching this, let's have a drink together. Pour yourself one. Cheers. Okay, cool. So, HTS codes, 5 things you need to know. So, point number 1, what is an HTS code? HTS stands for Harmonized Tariff Schedule, not to be confused with the HS code, which is Harmonized System Code. Now the HS code is an international system which over 200 countries in the world use it. The HTS code is something just that the US uses, and as we all know, the US like to be different in everything that they do, so they have their own HTS code. But if you have an HS code and you have an HTS code and you're exporting to both Europe, UK and also the United States, normally the first 4 digits are always the same. So you can always just start with the first 4 digits and use that across an HTS or an HS code. Number 2, why is there an HTS code? Well, HTS codes exist to identify how much duty you need to pay on your products when you import them. Now, there's no point trying to figure out why, it's just very political. The government decide how much duty they want to put on a certain product, and that could be because they want to restrict imports coming from a certain country. Let's say, for example, I don't know, tires, right? If the US has a strong tire industry, they don't want to encourage exports from other countries because they want to protect their domestic industry, so they'll slap a high tariff on it. or for certain countries, so just give them a very high tariff code like Trump did to China to try and restrict Chinese imports. Or if they feel like there's some part of the world which has underage labor and they don't want to encourage products of a certain workforce, so put a higher tariff code on those types of products as well. So many different reasons apply why we have HTS codes. Now, point number 3 is you have to be absolutely certain what is your HTS code before you import that certain product, because you have to know if that product will be profitable for you or not. So how do you calculate your HTS code? I've actually got 5 different methods that I use. Number 1, I ask my supplier. Your supplier is exporting that product to many different customers all around the world, and they have to put on their export records, on their shipping documents, what is the HTS code or the HS code of that product. So if that supplier's been doing that product for many years and they're experienced in that, they will know what is the HTS code. Second, I like to Google it. Google's actually a fantastic resource for just typing in the name of your product and then just adding HTS code, and quite often they'll get it right. The third thing I like to do is verify that information with the HTS code website, and I'm going to show you on a live example very soon how I do that. Then the next thing I do is I triple check that with my freight forwarder. Your freight forwarder is the company that you assign to ship your goods for you, and as a result they also clear your goods through customs for you as well. So most freight forwarding companies have a dedicated expert for customs import duty. So when you say, okay, these are the products that I'm importing, this is the HTS code that I'm using, can you confirm this is correct? And the fifth and final thing I like to use is double checking import records myself. There's a few different resources that we can use for import records, which I'll show you again on a live screen share. And there I will just double check and type in the import code that I'm using for that particular product, and just make sure that my competitors are also using that same code as well. And if they're not, I want to make sure that my HTS code is maybe a better one to use, so I'm importing at a lesser duty code, therefore I know I can beat them on price. And as I said, there's going to be a bonus at the end of this video, which I'm going to show you how you can hide your shipping information from your competitors so they're not able to look you up. So now let's grab our laptops, grab our tequila, and we'll do a live screen share. We're going to show you how we can figure this stuff out from our computers. So guys, I hope you've got your tequila at the ready. We are just going to jump into those 5 steps that I mentioned live on a screen share. So point number 1 was ask your supplier, and I drafted just a quick demo message for you guys. So I put here, Dear Cherry. You know, Cherry is quite a common name that suppliers give themselves. I've also come across the name Panda. Strange but cool. I've also come across the name Fabulous. So, you know, whatever the name may be, Dear Cherry, hope you're well. We just wanted to ensure that we are importing our products at the correct HTS code. Currently we are using 112233444. Could you kindly confirm if this is the same that you use for your other export clients, or are there any other codes that you would suggest for us to get a lesser import duty? Or if it's your first time importing this product, you could say, this will be our first time importing this particular product from China to the USA. Could you kindly confirm the best HTS code we should use in order to pay the least amount of import duty while still being compliant with customs? Now that's a key part to add, that you have to say compliant with customs, because obviously we can use any import duty code to get 0%, but we want to make sure that our goods don't get stuck at customs. So you can ask the supplier that you currently work with, you can ask suppliers that you're getting quotes from on Alibaba, you can ask up to 5 or 10 or however many you like until you've found the code that you are comfortable with. So that was number 1, asking your supplier. What I like to do after that is actually just Googling it myself as well, because Google is a fantastic resource for HTS codes, believe it or not. So if we say, what is the HTS code for blue light blocking glasses, let's just see what Google comes up with. And it's bringing up some information here, HS code, and then tariffnumber.com is suggesting 90041091. Okay, cool, so let's try that. Now, the reason I like to check Google first before actually checking the HTS code website is that now if we go to the HTS code website, so that was 90041091. If we type in blue light blocking glasses into the HTS code website, and this is at hts.usitc.gov, the algorithm for this website is so bad that when you just type in what it is you're looking for, it will give you something completely different. So here it says blue Whittings, which I've got no idea what that is. And if we scroll down here, scaled whether not heads, scaled, I think this might be a fish, I'm not sure. So yeah, not what we were after. And to double check, you can always just use the first 4 digits of a code to see what it is. So if we hit that, yeah, fish, fresh or chilled. We typed in blue light blocking glasses, and the first thing it brought us to was that we wanted to import fish, which is definitely not what we want to import. So that's why I like to check Google first. I like to check the supplier, then use whatever code the supplier gave me, put it into Google, check that it's correct, or just Google it and see what Google comes up with. And here we had 90041091. So let's go 9004, what was it again? 90041091. And see what that gives us. So we hit search. 9004. Alright, so it hasn't come up with anything. So let's just go back to the first 4 digits again. So 9004 is, and this is why we check with so many different sources, because that wasn't giving us anything, but that's what Google suggested. But it brought us close to what we want. So 9004 is spectacles, goggles, and the like. 900410 is sunglasses, and these are not sunglasses, they're blue light blocking glasses, but other is a pretty safe classification, 9049000. And here we can check what is the duty percentage. So it's 2% for sunglasses and it's 2.5% for other. So you might want to have some sort of shade and import it as sunglasses to save on that 0.5%. Now this is a column which is like which countries are free from import duty. So it's 2% from anywhere else apart from these countries. And again, why I don't like the HTS code website, it's pretty dated. Like, it's free from countries A, AU, and I can't click on it to see what country is AU or A. I'm guessing that's Australia or Austria. S could be Sweden or it could be Senegal. I've got no idea. And it doesn't let me click to check. So for that reason, I would like to also double check this with a freight forwarder. Oh, if you hover over Oman special rate, if you hover it, oh, we just cracked the code. S is United States, Mexico, Canada agreement. Cool. SG is Singapore. Let's see if I got AU right. Australia, g'day mate. And sorry to all my Australians. My accent's terrible. And then 2. The column 2 is the countries which have an increased import duty, and currently the only 2 countries which reside in column 2, I'm not sure if you can guess it, are Cuba and North Korea. If you are importing from those countries, you're going to have to pay an additional 40%. But I always like to triple check this information with a freight forwarder. And once you've found your classification, you can also download the chapter, and that'll give you a lot of information in a PDF, and you can just sort of go and check that information for yourself. So we've asked the supplier, we've double checked on Google, we've now put it into the HTS code website, and I also like to go up and down and read, okay, see, binoculars are free, optical telescopes are 8%, just to get a better understanding of the category, to see like where the other duty rates sit, to see if I can actually make a saving myself by slightly changing the category code. Then what is also important to pay attention to is that the first 2 digits are the chapter, the second 2 digits are the heading, the third 2 digits are the subheading. So if you just tweak those numbers, you will get slightly different results as well. Now, this is if you're bringing it into the US, you want to check the HTS code website, but you can also check if you're bringing it into the UK, you have the www.gov.uk/trade-tariff. So sunglasses, as I said, the first 4 digits are going to be the same between HS and HTS code. So you can just hit start now, and let's go 9004 and just hit search for the first 4 digits. And we can see here that they also classify that as spectacles, goggles, and like the other protective. So yeah, 900410 is sunglasses, and that's other. So on the UK website and also the US website, we have a very similar code, but I like to just double check that against the US and the UK website if you are supplying multiple different markets as well. Hey guys, just a reminder, if you are getting value from this video, I would greatly appreciate if you could smash that like button for me real quick. And if you do like this type of content and you want to know more about sourcing products from China, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest of what's happening in China. Thanks very much. Let's get back to the video. Then I also like to check it with my freight forwarder. So I've prepared a sort of message for you guys as well. Dear freight forwarder, we're not going to guess their name this time. Hope you're well. I just wanted to double confirm before shipping our blue light blocking glasses with you that they will be cleared under the correct HTS code. Previously, we have cleared the goods at 11223344. However, I can see that some of my competitors are clearing at 998887766, which is a lesser code. Could you kindly check and confirm if we can use this code too? That's important if you've sort of spotted your competitors bringing it in at a different code, and I'm actually going to show you shortly how we can do that, which is a really cool tool that I've got for you guys. Or if you haven't done the research and you just want them to do it for you, currently we're clearing the goods at this code. Could you kindly check to see if there's a better HTS code we could be clearing our goods at for a lesser import duty rate? Now, why I like to check with the freight forwarder is that your freight forwarder is actually clearing these goods through customs for you. So if they are a good freight forwarder, they should have a customs clearance expert or specialist within their company. So when you say, right, this is my code, this is my product, they should be able to say, yep, cool, great, or no, you should actually be doing it at this code and we suggest you bring it in at this one. Or you can find them a code and say, what about this one? And they could say, yeah, that could work, or no, that's very risky and your goods will get seized at customs if they catch you for that code. So you might as well lean on them for their experience and their knowledge on this topic as well. Now, there's a really cool tool. I like to check import records to see what my competition are bringing it in at. And Jungle Scout have got a fantastic tool called Supplier Database. And I'm going to link this below in the description so you guys can use it as well. But let me show you a quick example, right? If we go to Amazon.com and we search blue light blocking glasses, and then we scroll down and we like the idea of this one. This is one that we want to compete with. We can grab the ASIN here, just copy it, and then we can go back to Jungle Scout. We can go Supplier Database, search your product, and we can actually just copy and paste the ASIN in here and hit search. Now when we hit search, what it's done is it's told us this is the results for this company. It's recognized the ASIN, it's pulled the data in terms of the reviews. But what is very cool is that they've also given us their suppliers. Zhuzhou in Glass Company, Ningbo Electric Manufacturer, and Shenzhen Optical Manufacturer. They've given us the country of origin as well as the dates of their last shipments as well. And this is where we're going to basically pull the HTS code information. So here, blue light glasses is a description. And what's super interesting is that they have the HS code here as well. They've even told us a quantity that they're importing as well. So for this shipment in 2020, they were clearing it at this HS code, which if we copy it and go back here, they were importing it under binoculars, which is free, which is a little bit naughty, to be honest. They're not binoculars. And then if we go back, because that's blue light. So, and then again, they've got blue light glasses and they've cleared it at this code, which is 7015. This is not a code that we've come across. So let's go back and then hit that. So now they're importing it under watch glasses. So they probably got told off. Round watch glasses, and this is also free of import duty as well. And by the way, that slash and underscore means subject to additional tariffs as well. So Trump put in some tariffs in 2019. So if you see that / or underscore, I would always get that double checked by your freight forwarder as well. But isn't this interesting that when we looked at glasses, what we came up with was 2.5%. Now, when we used the Jungle Scout reverse ASIN tool, not only have we found our competitors' manufacturers, but we've also found out that they use a lesser import duty code at 0%. Now, the difference between 0 and 2.5 is not that much, but imagine if it was 12.5% and 0%, like the savings, you can make a 12.5% saving on your cost of goods compared to your competition, which would be absolutely phenomenal. And that message which I crafted you for your freight forwarders, you can say, previously we cleared the goods at this, but we found our competitors clearing it at this. Can you check and confirm that this code is okay as well? We could use exactly that example. And if we find out that our competition is using the wrong code and they're not compliant, well, it's just a matter of time before they get stopped at customs, and they're going to get fined for all the previous shipments as well. But if they have done a little cheat code and they found a better code, then we've learned that from using this tool. And as well as that, we can also click on the manufacturer's information, get their address, we can Google their name, get their factory information, find out all about their exports and all that stuff, and then even go on these guys as well, see how many shipments they've done and what other products that they're doing. So there's a lot of valuable information. I just use the supplier database tool, but there's a lot of other tools that you can use with Jungle Scout as well. And because I do use this tool myself, I reached out to Jungle Scout and they've offered you guys a discount if you want to use this tool as well. You get 30% off, and I will put this link in the description of the video down below. I just use the Find Suppliers, but there's a lot of other tools that you can use with this as well. And Supplier Database is the tool that you want to find out your suppliers' information. So just look for Supplier Database, and that comes with all 3 plans. But this one gives you 30% off. So definitely check the link below if you want to utilize this tool to find out your competitors' information. So that was the 5 methods. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you back for some tequila. So point number 4, who is responsible for declaring the correct HTS code for customs clearance? Is it the factory? Is it you? Is it the freight forwarder? Well, in actual fact, it's you, the brand. It's the importer on record which takes responsibility. And why this is important is that, let's say, for example, you declare the goods as the wrong HTS import code. Well, it's customs which are going to hold up your goods. It's customs which could potentially fine you if it's a much different code. It's customs which will charge you to make up the difference if you've declared a 15% good at a 2% code. So that you could get into all sorts of sticky situations. The only instance where the supplier is responsible for declaring the goods through customs is if you ever do a DDP shipment. Now that's direct delivered duty paid, and normally when you arrange payment through DDP, that's when you're paying for the cost of goods and the cost of freight together. And because you've paid for the freight with the supplier's organizing that from direct from the factory all the way to your warehouse. So they are responsible for that. So if you're ever importing DDP, you're not liable to do it, but it's very, very important you clarify with the factory what is the HTS code that you are using to export these goods. Because sometimes what factories may do, and not all of them, but sometimes the bad ones, what they'll do is that they'll put a 0% HTS code in order to make your cost of goods look cheaper. So when you get different quotes from different factories, you're like, oh, I'll go with them because they're cheaper. But in actual fact, they're cheaper because they declared the goods at a lesser duty rate. And how does that affect you? Well, if customs find out about that and they seize your goods, then you don't ever get to see your goods unless you pay for the difference. Yeah, so just be aware of that it's you, the brand, which is liable for using the correct code. And if you're doing DDP, it will be the factory, but you have to double check what code they're using. So point number 5, and this is the bonus. How do we find our competitors' HTS codes? Well, let's go back into a screen share. I'm going to show you live on the laptop how I find my competitors' import record information. Okay guys, so I just made a mistake there. I just said that the bonus was I was going to show you how to find your competitors' information, which I've already done. The bonus was actually how to hide your information from your competitors finding it. Obviously, I've had one too many tequilas, and if you've been joining me on the tequilas on this video, feel free to write in the comments below what you've been drinking and how many you've had, and if you want to do more videos like this in the future. But anyway, let's jump into the bonus in terms of how we can hide our information so our competitors can't find our HS codes and which factories we're buying from. So all you do is you open Google and you type in electronic vessel manifest confidentiality. So electronic vessel manifest confidentiality. And then this takes you to the US Customs website, which is cbp.gov, but just click that link there. And then what this does is, this is US Customs and Border Protection. Electronic vessel manifest confidentiality just means this is the confident treatment of vessel manifest data. Why we're able to find that information in terms of who our competitors' factories are is that that information is scraped from the bill of lading. And US is one of the only countries in the world where the shipping records, the shipping information, like the bill of lading document, is public information. So if we search all the shipping records, we can then find out that information. So for your information to not be visible, you have to request for confidential treatment of vessel manifest data. So all you do is once you Google that, you hit this top link and then you scroll down, and then you can submit it by paper if you like, if you're old-fashioned, or you can just email them and say submit an email request to vessel manifest confidentiality at this website. Click there and just send them an email. There are no fees associated with this request as well, but you can just ask for confidentiality with your shipping records, and to remove any information regarding shipping information or factories or anything that you want from this, and then they'll carry out that request for you guys. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed that bonus tip. I hope you're off the tequilas and now on to coffee, and yeah, look forward to seeing you guys again soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video all about HTS codes. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys apply some of this to save some cost on your imported products. If you do have any further questions about HTS code, feel free to write them in the comments below, and I'll go through them. I'll try and get back to you. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.